Okay, this is the second of 3 videos on exercises for warming up on the guitar. This is for more intermediate level students or players, so if this is a little too advanced for you, it's a little too difficult for you, it should be some challenging, but if it's a little too challenging, go to the first video and really work out that exercise until you can really get it down, and then come back here and try to tackle some of this. So, the same thing, we're going to apply the same things that we did in the first video as far as having one finger assigned per fret. So we're going to start on the 5th fret, our index finger is going to play all the notes on the 5th, middle finger 6th, and so on. The right hand is still doing the alternate picking. What we're going to change now is going to be the subdivision of the quarter note, okay? Whereas in the first video, we're just doing this, we're still doing this chromatic-ish type scale, okay? We're doing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And we were just doing quarter notes. Now we're going to do some subdivisions of the quarter. So we're going to play quarter notes, but we're also going to play quarter note triplets. We're going to play 8th notes. We're going to play 8th note triplets. And then finally, we're going to play 16ths. Okay, so a lot of subdivisions we're exploring there. A couple things that are going to happen is you'll start to notice this is very much an ear training exercise as it is a dexterity or muscle development exercise, okay? And I'll explain why. We're playing this in groups of 4, right? There's one finger per fret. We're playing with 4 fingers, so groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When we encounter the triplets, the quarter note triplet and the 8th note triplet, some of these other subdivisions, they're in groups of 3. So we start to hear this polyrhythmic thing going on, this group of 3 over this group of 4. Okay, so when you're just listening to it, it doesn't sound that weird. It's like, okay, he's just subdividing the beat. But when we play with the metronome, then they'll start to sound weird because again, the metronome's also playing in a group of 4. But now we're playing triplets over it. And then when you're actually playing, because your fingers are laying across the strings 4 at a time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But then we start playing triplets when we're playing and hearing it, then it becomes very tricky. So I'll just let you know ahead of time, that's going to be a hurdle you're going to have to pass, is hearing how these different polyrhythmic type things are going to land over the quarter and how you're going to execute them. So here we go. I'm just going to start the quarter. I'm going to start the metronome, and the quarter note's going at 125 beats per minute. And let's just get into this. I'm going to start subdividing, okay? So I'll tell you what we're doing as I'm playing along. So here we go with the quarters. Still want everything clean and even. Okay, now let's do quarter note triplets. Okay, now let's do 8th notes. Let's do 8th note triplets. Okay, now let's do 16ths. Okay, now you'll see when we encountered the triplet, it sounded a little weird, okay? So what this is doing, it's opening up different rhythmic possibilities within the quarter note. And so this starts to become a lot more musical than, say, the exercise on the first video did, because now we're exploring different rhythms, different feels, different ways we can play against the quarter note of any song. So this is very good ear training exercise as well. Let's do one more pass at this. I'm going to try to put them all together, and again, we want to keep the same things in mind. We want all this to be clean and all this to be even. So let's go ahead and tackle this. Back down. Now quarter note. Quarter note triplet. Eighth. eighth note triplet. Sixteenth. Okay, nice and even. So that's our goal. We have those basic subdivisions now. On the third video, we'll start to make that a little more complex, and we're going to up the tempo a little bit.